Hi, my name is Heidi, and I just wanted to come to you guys and let you know that spiritual warfare is like so prevalent right now. Um, I've been seeing spirits since I was a little girl. I actually witnessed spiritual warfare when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and on the wall in front of me, it was a closet door, but the door was closed. It was and so it was just, it looked like a wall. Anyhow, on this wall, now mind you, I'm 50, so we had like wood paneling back in the day, so it was like a dark wall. Anyhow, I woke up to see these little figures just like standing in front of me. They were fighting. It was a full-on battle, and it was pure white. I believe that they were angels, but pure white beings. And then on the other side, they were more of a dirty brownish, grayish color with like black spots or something. I mean, just neither side of them look human, like people. They look more like beasts. If but I don't know how to describe it other than they were in the heaven realm, and I'm seeing this, and I sat up in bed. I was rubbing my eyes, and I'm looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing this. I was sleeping with my mom, and I remember waking her up. Mom, I can see this. And she's like, oh no, it's like the hangers, or she made some excuse. And I remember like, no way, like the closet door is closed. You know what I mean? Like all of this is going on in my head, and I'm thinking this is so crazy, but I didn't really know what I was seeing. So anyhow, I just kind of just chalked it up to, whatever, I just left it at that. Figured it was spiritual warfare. Throughout, my mom became a Christian when I was 7 years old. And I remember there being a lot of spiritual warfare going on. I just remember feeling a lot of like, I could feel when negativity would enter my room. And I remember getting scared, and I remember crying out to Jesus to fill my room with angels. And then, like, instantly, I could feel the presence of God enter my room, and all of the negativity would be gone, because I would pray, God, please fill my room with angels so much that there's no other room for anything else. And it was like, I could feel it, like the negativity just boom, gone. It was gone, and my room would just be just surrounded with just a positivity. So this is how I got through my childhood, as dealing with feeling spiritual things. I know at one point, I was probably 7 or 8 or so, in the house we were living. Well, it's probably maybe younger than that, I guess, right before my mom became a Christian, I think. But I remember playing, my mom was gone, and I was like, the neighbor was watching me, but we were in our driveway. And I remember looking up into the house and through the window, and there was somebody in a rocking chair, like rocking. But I could only see the back of them, and they had like a red bandana. And I remember thinking, who's in the house? There's nobody home. There's nobody there. Like, who's there? Oh my gosh, And so I remember just kind of keeping an eye out for like who's coming, who's going. And I didn't see anybody coming. I didn't see anybody going. And when my mom came home, I went boom, straight over home. I was like, who's here? Who's here? And she's like, nobody. And I told her what I was seeing, and she was like, well, that's weird. So I definitely believe that that was a spirit or a ghost or some form. I don't even know how to describe it, but you could just feel it. And another time throughout my childhood, I was probably a little bit older, maybe 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. I remember my mom and I driving, and that's back in the day where you could sit up front, and I remember just being doo-doo-doo and looking out the window all the time as, you know, my mom's driving and I'm just looking. And I remember seeing a guy walk by and, well, excuse me, he wasn't walking by, but he was walking on the side of the road and we drove by him and I'm looking at him and he didn't have any feet or legs. It was like he was walking, but he was just floating. It was the weirdest thing. That will always stick in my mind too. And then, as an adult, I've seen human-shaped figures walking across a street. I've seen one in a light form where the light was almost a yellowish hue of a light, but the entire body shape was just all light. There was no skin. And it walked across the street and then walked into a fence. In that same location, I saw a dark figure. Same body figure shape, no skin, just a dark light instead of the yellowish hue of a light. There was somebody else who witnessed the yellow light figure walk across the street with me. And that confirmed that I wasn't seeing anything, that somebody else saw it too. But when I saw the dark one, I was by myself. But I knew it was real because I had already saw the light one. So and it was in the same exact area of the street. It was crossing in the same direction even. So I am a believer 100% that spirits exist. They are there. They roam the earth. God created the angels and he created a powerful angel by the name of Lucifer, who his ego just got the best of him and he decided that he could do and be God. He could do what God does and he could be better than God, and he wanted to be, you know, of God's status. So he convinces a third of the angels up there that they can be better and they can fight, and they do. They fight God's army, and God wins that army with Archangel Michael, and God sends Lucifer and his angels down to the air of the earth. Their realm is from the earth, you know, the ground of the earth to the clouds, and they know how to pose as light. They were born angels of light. They know how to be that, you know what I mean? But they're also the lords of the darkness. So they know how to be dark. And they're right there. They're in your ear. They're the doubts, the insecurities, you know, anything that's whispering in your ear that isn't of love and it isn't of God, it's not in the Bible, it's of the devil, it's of Satan. And he wants to kill, steal, and destroy. His biggest, like, he's a professional deceiver. Like, he's the master professional deceiver of all times. There's no one greater than he. And he's in our ear constantly. So we have to be conscious of that. We have to know that that evil is never going away. We have to say, okay, in the name of Jesus, get out of here. I rebuke you, and stay shielded. And I just encourage you to do that. Stay in the armor of God. You know, put your belt of truth and your what is it, your helmet of salvation, and carry your shield of faith and your sword of the Spirit. You know, you need these things so that you can fight off the army, this evil army. It's there, it's attacking. So I'm just really want to encourage you to stay strong and stay in the Bible. Get in tune with what's going on in the Bible, because this is God's word. It's inspired by God, and it's gonna help you fight those deceptions, because the devil, he knows what's in the Bible too. So he's still going to tempt you. It's just a matter of, can you fight back knowing what God says with the scriptures to avoid the enemy. Okay. God bless you all, and stay strong. Okay, love you all.